Pierce, thanks for joining me on the podcast, mate.
No worries, mate. Happy to be here. Been envious of the other boys. I haven't got a call up yet, so you've waited until finals. But yeah,
I've waited
to be on.
I've waited till finals and also waited till 100 games as well. So that's happening this weekend, which is very exciting. You must be pretty proud of that achievement.
Yeah, 100% from where I came from, where I probably started playing SANFL when I was about 24, 25, to actually get to 100 games is a goal I had in mind, but didn't actually know if I'd actually reach it. So very proud to get there and hopefully can celebrate with friends and family, but also have a mind on the job of trying to get a win in the finals.
For sure. Pretty special, I would have thought, to play game 99 in a game at Adelaide Oval finals winning side, and then against a team you used to play for this weekend as well in another elimination final. Must be pinch yourself moment a bit to play game 100 on Adelaide Oval.
Yeah, 100%. That's why you do all the hours of training back in October and November last year, trying to get ready. You want to play as many games as you can on Adelaide Oval, and elimination finals are the tensest moments you can be in, but they're the ones where you have the most euphoria when you kind of come away with a win. So it's what you aim for as a player. And yeah, it was great to be out there again yesterday. Yeah,
how'd you see the game? There was 150 tackles laid, both teams 70 plus tackles. It was a finals brand of footy. How'd you feel out there?
Yeah, it was probably a bit like, as you say, like a bit scrappy, a dogfight, exactly what final should be, I reckon. And they've probably emulated our game a fair bit over the last couple of years. They've really tried to be a contested team where they build the rest of their game from that. And that was probably two teams going at it in that aspect. And, you know, it was a low disposal game, but it was just whoever could kind of take their moments, and the one where whoever could ride the wave of momentum better at the end kind of came away with a win, which we did. You know, we have started to instill a lot of belief in ourselves that in any kind of scenario, you know, three-quarter time not looking the right way, the game, that we could still come out with a win and the goods in the fourth quarter. And it's hard to kind of instill that in a playing group, but once you kind of have it, it's this contagious feeling that everyone could look at each other really connected and know that no matter what situation you're in, we can kind of get the chocolates at the end of the day.
Yeah, how good was that last quarter? 6 goals, finals game of footy, all on the line, 9 points down at three-quarter time. To go out and put that on the out there must fill you with pride and belief that you can do anything now.
Yeah, 100%. Well, that was our challenge throughout the year. We kind of had, you know, 1 win, 1 loss for a long time, or starting pretty poorly, but then we went 1 win, 1 loss, and now we've kind of got 4 on the trot, and everyone kind of has that belief now that whatever situation we're in, we can get it done. And a lot of young guys in particular stood up in that last quarter where they're really starting to believe that they're really, really good league players, which they are. And you know, Jay and Gale kicks a massive goal. Maxi Hodges doing a job on a guy, kicks a massive clutch goal. Alec Wright, who gets thrown in every position, kicks another clutch goal. So it's a really good even team spread in those big moments as well, which is great to see.
Yeah, and then the likes of Bill Cootie and Rokes just stepping up whenever required. You must be so confident that you got players out there that just will get the job done.
Yeah, 100%. I think those boys really knew this game would be won and lost in the midfield. Their midfield's their kind of strength with their contested ball and clearance game, and I think Rokes and Bill knew they were going to be pivotal in the big moments. And like Rokar's last quarter was exceptional, you know, 10, 12 touches, whatever it might have been, but it was just in and under, really hard to tackle, got the ball going forward, what we needed. So both of those boys were exceptional.
Yeah, it's obviously was the story of the off-season, Rokes, and the what he had to go through to just get back to Norwood. But once he's been back here, how good's he been in the locker room, on the track, out there on game day? Just he's such a professional, isn't he?
Yeah, 100%. I think he'd be the first to admit that, you know, the off-season was extremely challenging for him. We just tried to instill that we all backed him as much as we possibly could, and we knew that he would take care of himself and be in the right mindset to play really good footy. And you can see that throughout the year, you know, second or third or whatever it is for disposals. He's just such a consistent performer that week in, week out is around the mark and always near the footy and gets the ball moving forward. But then I think as that kind of washed away, that what happened in the off-season, his leadership and his ability to mentor young midfielders in particular in both the league and reserves teams has been really influential this year. And, there's been a bit of a mix with more guys getting spun through the midfield, and he's dealt with that stuff really well as well. Yeah.
Yesterday, 16 of the 19 goals were kicked down the Riverbank end. Are you aware of that happening during the game, or was there any reason for that? It seemed like there wasn't too big of a breeze happening.
Yeah, like Jaco and I kind of spoke before the game, and he's like, "Oh, what way do you think we go?" And I told him to go down the other end because it was a bit swirly with the big Riverbank stand. But I guess that's just a tendency. Sometimes in games it was a bit swirly, no real breeze, but I guess that's just what happens sometimes. We've been a bit slow starters, unfortunately, and it led to us kicking back in the second quarter, and then fourth quarter we just got that momentum. So kind of like I mentioned before, whoever was able to ride that momentum for longer and take their chances during those patches was going to come away with the win. Yeah,
well, master stroke in the end from yourself, kicking at the scoring end on the way home. Your year this year's been excellent. Has been you've been at Nord for 4 or 5 years now and been really, really solid that whole time. But this year, Team of the Year. So congratulations on that. Is there anything that you put that down to, your, improved form this year?
I've always been a bit of a solid player, but I really wanted to take my game to a new level this year. Off-season was probably the best I've kind of ever had, and really nailed a few things like diet and training away from the club. So started training a little bit earlier, started doing some Pilates and stuff like that, and just changing up, trying new things in the off season, and then did a really strict kind of diet for about 3 months from January to about March. Stayed off alcohol and was really clean eating as best I could, and not that kind of changed my body composition a little bit, I think, even at the age of 30, and then also just mentally gave me that confidence that my body was in the best nick it's ever been. I'm really ready to launch here and playing the kind of role and position I do. If you've got extreme confidence in going for your marks, going for your aggressive kicks and stuff like that, it's just going to lead to good form. So that off-season work was definitely something that set me up for success. And then as confidence just builds and Sheed's instilling that, telling me often that I'm one of the better players in this position, and then truly believing in myself has led to consistent form.
Yeah, you mentioned flying for marks, which you've done extremely well all year. You and Jack Hurd must have amazing synergy, and Donners as well. Never seen sort of flying for the same grab. Talk us through how that works in the back line. It's such a good duo down there, and then Donna's more that lockdown as well. So you three must really be on the same page in defensive 50.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, we've got a pretty close connection, and myself and Donna's came into the squad in 22, and then Jack was establishing himself as a really good league player in 22, and we've kind of built that chemistry over 3 or 4 years now, where we've probably played 60 games together or something like that. We go to work on it at training and stuff like that. We review and then make sure we're all kind of connected, and we really have a good understanding of each kind of role. They know I'm going to be the aggressive one jumping in front of them. They know Donna's understands he's a great lockdown player, and he really accepts that role really, really well. And then Jack's kind of that blend between the three of us that he sometimes comes across, but also knows he gets a job most weeks. So that kind of connection we have where we understand our roles is really important, but we've also built that chemistry over a long time now.
Yeah. Talk us through your journey to 100 games, mate. You played a lot of local footy, Payneham, I believe, and then the Crows, and then the Eagles, and then Norwood.
Yeah, a bit of a journey. So I had a small stint here when I was kind of under 18s, played as a top-up. Not a top-up, but overager. Mm-hmm. Went back to local footy, just wanted to play with some good mates that I'd made there, and played there from 2015 to 2018, and just loved my time there. Made some of my best mates that I'll have from life from there, and we're always super competitive, but I also kind of had that inside. I had that drive to kind of play at the next level, and in 2018 had a pretty good year at local footy, and got asked out to come trial for the Crows, and had to go against, 50, 60 guys to kind of get weeded down to a squad of about 10, and I made it into that 10. I had some really good opportunities where I got to go train with the AFL listed boys in 2019, and then didn't play for the first half of the year, but ended up playing the back half and kind of stayed in the team all the way to a prelim final. And then after that season was finished, had a few clubs kind of approach me and say, do you want to step up and try and do this full time now? And that's kind of what I was aiming to get to. I really enjoyed the level of footy that SANFL was and how competitive it was. So Eagles approached me. Sheeds had just taken the appointment there, and he was from Athelston, played against him at Payneham. So he asked me out there and decided to join there. Felt like that was the right move for me at the time, and played most of the year in the ones and just missed out towards the back half of the year, and then played there the year after. And then Twig approached me at the end of 2021 to come across to Nord, and it was my local team. A few boys like Nunny and stuff I'd played a little bit of juniors with and knew them pretty closely. So I thought, no, I'm not quite ready to go back to local footy yet. I want to give it one more go, and Nord's been home since then, so loved it ever since. Yeah,
and straight in and won the flag in 22.
Yep.
Must have been an amazing feeling. Obviously missed out at the Eagles, local level, and then to culminate in that 22 flag must have been spectacular.
Yeah, it was a bit of a whirlwind. I missed out on the two before that, and I was very close. I was in the 25, 26 squad for both of those years. Definitely knew my footy was good enough to be a good league player, and coming into Nord, Twig really made me earn my stripes here, made me earn the trust of players and stuff like that. So I started the first couple of weeks in reserves and really had to just fine-tune some of my defensive craft and things that he was very meticulous about. And once I made my way into the team in the back half of the year, growth and confidence kind of grew from there. And to be able to be a part of that 22 grand final, carrying a bit of a niggling injury into it and didn't know which way I was kind of going to go, but to get selected and then be a part of that special day that we'll all remember for a long time is something I'll hold very close to my heart for a long time. Oh, for sure.
Mate, well, thanks for coming on, and hopefully we can create a few more memories towards the back half of this year. Enjoy the McGarry medal tonight as well.
No, thanks, mate. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks, mate.